Hello, WP India team. I would like to quickly go over the changes. So before that, let's go to our admin console and try to look at the Elasticsearch settings. I'm gonna click the Elasticsearch here. So first observation is that it says that cannot save settings while the sync is in progress, right? And then if you click on the view sync status, it says sync is pass, it is not in progress, right? And started manually from the sync page at 12:13 a.m. Wednesday, which is obviously is taking the GMT time. So assuming that I want to go, since there is a disconnect, it says sync in progress, but it's pass. Let's say if I go ahead and do the resume sync, right? And if you click on the log, let's quickly start. So even with the settings that 3500 to 350, it doesn't seems to be solving the problem. I think there is some underlying, as you can see, exactly in about, I would say, 50 seconds to 56 seconds, sync has been failing, right? So this is first observation. Why it is failing, we need to figure that out, right? Now, if I go back to the settings, as you can see, this is grayed out. So I can't edit settings because behind the scene it seems like sync is still running, whereas uh, the settings screen is all grayed out. For some reason, I can't edit this one, right? Let's go back to sync. Again, it says sync pass. As you can see, it is very inconsistent. It wasn't pass, it was failed in the previous term, right? It was stopped. Again, if you wanted to resume sync, look at the logs, and pretty sure um, it will fail this time too. So, I mean, our store is a multi-vendor marketplace. It means there will be multiple vendors and multiple users. At the same time, uh, there is a probability that the site could grow at an exponential rate. We are still starting up right now. So, assuming that this becomes a huge volume and huge traffic site, the goal, the target volume will increase drastically, and that is the whole purpose we opted for Elastic Press to cope up with this large volume data. And apparently, we are unable to efficiently use it so far due to these errors that are being demonstrated. And we've been working with WP Engine for almost, um, you know, for almost a month and so. We've been reporting this, but somehow when you guys use WP CLI, which is the client interface, I see that the sync is progressing. So I'm not quite sure whether this dashboard plugin, the UI, is not able to do the same way as if it is happening by this WP CLI, right? So see if it is still trying to go a little higher, right? Okay, failed. So this time it took about, you know, I think I started at 50 seconds. Yeah, similar to same about 50 seconds. Um, the sync is consistently failing. So I want to give it again one more time here because I just wanted to show that um, it is somehow maybe some curl command which has some kind of a code that is trying to invoke that REST API. I believe you guys have to fix the code to ensure that the timeout is increased for that command, whichever it is trying to do that utility of syncing. Um, Otherwise, the UI will continue to fail and eliminating the purpose of having that feature to do through the dashboards. And then uh, everyone has to use the WP CLI to do this sync operation. I just thought of letting you know on that. That's my observation. Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong on that aspect. Let's see what is happening. It's gone up to 55 seconds right now. About 2 minutes past. I also suspect some sort of threading issues in the backend process. There you go. Um, yeah, it took about 140, I would say about 130 seconds. Again, the sync failed. Um, we just need to understand what is happening here, right? So that's one thing. Now, if I go back to the settings again, it is still grayed out, assuming that it is assumes that the sync is running. So that is, right now we have a critical issue right now that we are unable to update the issues. And also here it says in the gray word that auto suggest feature is enabled, it document feature is enabled, your media will become. So when you say auto suggest feature is enabled already, right, through the settings, let's go ahead and do a testing here, right? Now I'm gonna type perfume, right? So as you can see, this is spinning here. Now obviously it is showing those results, right? I was expecting that the moment I was typing PR, it should always do the indexing and show me the categories. But as you can hear, none of these letters, I don't know where it is guarding this um, three letters. If you say yeah, still some irrelevant results. I mean, there is nothing like where this where this PRF is coming from, right? If you type U, now I see that perfume is being picked up. Now if I type yes, nothing found. So this is what I'm saying. Uh, this is definitely not at all mentioning our requirements. Now, if I go ahead and still at this stage when the nothing is found, let's say go ahead and click on this search product, right? And based on that, it picks up the relevance and showing it. But again, from a user experience perspective, there is no way user would know that even though there are no products found, they have to click search. It doesn't make sense, right? So I think that is one other thing that I really wanted to know how to come up with those options. In my ticket, I kind of informed you that there are other filters that we could configure. Um, I'm just trying to understand, are there any um, are there any other options? Okay. Okay. So in my original email, I'm not sure whether you have had access or not. I mentioned about couple of things, right? Using built-in stemming process, right? And then I also mentioned about fuzzy matching options, single token filter, right? Synonym also we needed because we need to have a large pool of synonyms to be recognized so that it makes sense for it. And I also use search as you type fields. So this is I, I haven't received any responses about these three options how we can leverage from one of your support folks, but apparently this issue has been consistently going on without any resolution. By the way, I could not reproduce this feature. In my view, I'm not quite sure whether it is on your end only or it's happening on my end, so we need to figure this out as well.